पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो वन्दनतान्। परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं, परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभुजी।
Dandot everyone, just give me 1 minute. One minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just sharing the presentation. Hope everyone is doing well.
Yes प्रभुजी।
Yes Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Wonderful.
How are you प्रभुजी?
Okay, Prabhuji. So, definitely okay. Hope you, how are you doing? Everyone is doing well, I think.
Yes.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
your video is off, Prabhuji.
Yeah, just give me, I'm trying to share something. And okay, now what do you see? You can see, right?
We see the word document.
The bhajan
Lyrics.
Prabhuji, Parama Karuna, the Bahuti
But you don't see me at all?
No Prabhuji, we didn't see.
No, Prabhuji.
Oh, really? Hare Krishna. Okay, now?
Yes, Prabhuji. We
Yes,
can see
Prabhuji.
you. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So let me see who is there in the call. And I can say Archik Prabhu Dandot Pranam, Alkamadi Dandot Pranam, Ankit Prabhu Dandot Pranam, Chaitanya Sura Prabhu Ji Dandot Pranam for joining. And Jai Radha Madhajama Dandot Pranam, and
Hare Krishna.
Jagadishwar Prabhu Jawahar Dandot Pranam, Kadamba Khan Prabhu Dandot Pranam,
Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Kamala Priya Mataji Dandot Pranam,
Prabhuji.
and K.C. Rupanavas is what? Praneshwar Prabhu Dandot Pranam, Pradeepa Priyamadamadi Dandot Pranam, Ravi Murshiti Prabhu Dandot Pranam, Adeshansis, Shyam Rasika Mataji Dandot Pranam, Shyam Vihari Prabhu Dandot Pranam, Shivas Chandra Prabhu Dandot Pranam, Vrunda Sundari Mataji Hare Krishna Dandot Pranam,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
and anybody else I missed? Subhadra Rani Matajama Dandot Pranam, and
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. I wish you well.
so so actually I'm Kadamkan Bro, you said Mataji's, she had some problem. I'm traveling, so my phone, there is no charger and I have some problem. Hope she's doing well now. How is she doing?
Yes, Prabhuji. She's doing well now, Prabhuji. The results came out normal, Prabhuji. So she's fine now.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
My blessings. So what is that? Nityananda President, I was in Mayapur. That's amazing, wonderful. Parama Karuna Pahundui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Sabhavatar Sarasiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Parama Karuna Pahundu Vijana Nitai Gaura Chandra Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudruda Viswasa Kori Vishaya Chadiya Serase Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Dekho Rinai Tribhuvani Nai Yemono Dayala Data Pasupaki Jure Pashana Vidare Sonijana Gunagada Samsare Majiya Rohili Puri Sipade Nahilo Asa Apana Karoma Bunjaya Samana Kaho Lochana Dasa Parama Karuna Paundu Vijana Titai Gaura Chandra. You know, I went to Ekchakra also actually. Thousands and thousands of people. You know, nobody has mask, and they're all perfectly healthy. And the people who were visiting Ekchakra, maybe less than maybe few people, because I went after the festival was over. I mean, but they had a 1 week festival actually. Thousands of people, but they're all perfectly healthy. You know, because of good dietary habits, you know, good sleep, and no stress at all. Nobody wore mask. Nobody coughed also. But all the people visiting, they had a mask. I was really, I was impressed. We can saw all fields. You know, it's 4 or 5 hours from 4 hours maybe from Mayapur. You know. So what is that? Can somebody read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Please.
The two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. My dear brother, I request that you worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Hare without any motive. My dear brother, just try and examine this. Within the three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya or Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and bees cry and stones melt. But Lochanadasa regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, then Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this mood.
Hare Krishna. So, this was written by Lochandas Thakur. Lochandas Thakur wrote Chaitanya Mangal. You know, why Paramakaruna? Nityananda Prabhu, actually one day, I have to tell the story. Pandavas went to Ekachakra, you know, during their 12 years of forest, you know. And when they went to Ekachakra, there one day Maharaj Yudhishthira slept. When Maharaj Yudhishthira slept, he had a dream. In the dream, Balramji came. Balramji came and said, "Oh Yudhishthira, the same place where you're staying right now, I will appear in Kali Yuga, in my original form, sorry, in my form as Nityananda Prabhu. And what I'll do? I will preach the message of love of God. So when when Maharaj Yudhishthira got up, wow, this place is very holy because Balramji himself is telling me he'll appear in this place. This is called Radhadesh, Radhadesh, and 1473, Nityananda Prabhu appeared. We saw the glories of Advaitacharya. Advaitam Harina Advaitam Acharyat Bhakta Samsanat. So, but then actually I went to Advaitacharya place also this time. I never went somehow. I would go to Yatras, I would just stay back and I would stay back, but this time I went. It's a beautiful place, Advaitavat. And there's a place where Lord Chaitanya would sit with Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya would discuss the preaching plans. Very, very wonderful place. So anyway, what is that? So Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu Balarama Hoilu Nitai. Lord Chaitanya is a Krishna himself, Radha Bhav, so that Radha Krishna Pranaya Kradara Hladini Shakti Rasma Dekatmano Vibhupura Deveda Sri Chaitanya Kim Prakatamudana Tadvayan Chekimaptam Radha Bhav Solitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Yes, Krishna. But he came to release the Radha Bhav. He came as a devotee. That is Lord Chaitanya. So to assist his pastimes, Advaitacharya appeared, 52 years before Lord Chaitanya appeared, and 12 to 13 years, you can say 12 years. Nityananda Prabhu appeared, Balramji appeared in Eka Chakra. Why it's Parama Karuna? Actually, one day, Prabhupada was in Atlanta, and Prabhupada was speaking. That day, instead of Jayarada Madhava, Prabhupada sang Parama Karuna, this song. Parama Karuna. So, what is this brothers, Gaur Nitai? What is their, Nitai Gaurachandra? What is their greatness? There, like for usually Indians, they go to Devatas for asking for give me a job, give me a spouse, give me money, all these things, right? But actually, if you see Krishna says, what does Krishna give? Sarvadharman, if you surrender to me, Krishna says 1866. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I will remove all your sins. And moksha, I'll give you liberation. But never Krishna said, I'll give you Krishna Prem. I'll remove your sins and I'll give you revelation. No fear. And what is Krishna demanding for that? Anybody? He said he'll give it. But what you have to do?
Surrender, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Surrender. You have to surrender. Masucha means no fear. Surrender. But is it easy to surrender? One time Varsana Maharaj said, is it a joke? It is not. It's not easy for Kali Yuga souls to surrender to Krishna. So difficult. One time Varsana Maharaj said, you have no idea what surrender is. But Krishna said, you surrender first. Then I'll remove your sins and I will give you, liberation. But Krishna never said, I'll give you Krishna Prema, Haribol. Nowhere in Bhagavad Gita you will see that. Because who will give Krishna Prema? Who can give Krishna Prema? Anybody, let us see.
Radharani Prabhuji.
Who said this?
Madhuri Gupta.
Radharani. Yes, Bhakti Devi. Krishna's devotees can give Krishna Prema to you. When we were saying, what is that? Madhurya Kadambini, we saw that. Radharani can give Krishna Prema. Devotee can give Krishna Prema. So who is the topmost devotee? Radharani. Radharani can give Krishna Prema to you. That love of God. Because Lord Chaitanya is not different from Radha and Krishna. Lord Chaitanya can give Krishna Prema to you. Very good. Lord Chaitanya give Krishna Prema to you. But sometimes people say, I don't want Krishna Prema, I want green card. I want to share a story with all of you. Should I share a story with you?
Yes,
Please.
Prabhuji.
I used to make PowerPoint presentations, Bhagavad Gita here and there. Take 7 verses, 5 verses, 4 verses. Then, actually, no. Before I say that, I went to attend Bhagavatam class a day for yesterday in Mayapur. I went to attend Bhagavatam class. I was just listening. Suddenly, the lady said, I want to tell a story about Janaki Nath. Which Janaki? There are so many Janaki Naths in ISKCON is so many names. Janaki Nath from London, Brahmachari. Oh, really? I know Janaki Nath. Does anyone know Janaki Nath? ISKCON Farmington Hills Brahmachari is new. He came. Anyone knew Janaki Nath? You don't know. He came to actually our temple. He stayed with us. So anyway, she said, I want to talk about Janaki Nath. Really? What happened to him? So immediately I was very attentive. So Janaki Nath came and so I used to make presentations, but one day he came and said, Sutappa made an acronym for every chapter. Oh, that's good. And he gave all the presentations to our Shaman Krishna. And so I said, wow, I'm just making presentation, but we never made an acronym for each chapter. That is very good. So we are actually using the presentation, but I'm just modifying because it's just apart from acronym, I want more information to put in that. Janaki Nath was actually a disciple of Chandramouli Maharaj. I know him from Chowpatty. Very gentleman, soft. And this lady said non-envious. And one day Chandramouli Maharaj told me, Janaki Nath contracted cancer. And but he's fighting back. He has spirit. And a year later, Maharaj said, Janaki Nath fully recovered. Yes, Maharaj. But this lady was telling, I think he got the cancer back. And they were performing so many procedures and they were removing the cancer, the portions. Janaki Nath said he was very grateful to Krishna for his pain. He was grateful to Krishna for his pain. And the body was going through excruciating pain because the cancer spread everywhere. But Janaki Nath, the preaching also increased from the hospital bed. Anybody would go to see him, nurses, doctors, he would preach extensively. Hey, you're not his body, you're a spiritual, you're not the body, you're a spiritual, you're not the body. One day devotees went to see him because the doctor said that he's going through a procedure. He said, wait. And a couple of hours later, then you can say the operation is over, you can go and see. Everybody went to see him. Janaki Nath was not there in his ward. I mean, in his bed. Where is he? He went to preach, on the deathbed. You're not his body, you're a spiritual, you're part and parcel of Krishna. A body is temporary. Wow. Everybody who came to console him, they were inspired by him. And they left. And Janakinath organized a retreat for all the cancer patients in London, in Bhaktivedanta Manor, the ISKCON temple given by George Harrison. And all the cancer patients, when they got this, they came to Bhaktivedanta Manor to attend the retreat. And they said, he made everyone chant the holy name. And they said, this is the best day in our whole life. We never felt that much happy in our life. The holy name, the kirtan, the prasad, the association, Haribol. Janakinath in the association of devotees, hearing, they were chanting for him. They were actually, they were doing kirtan for him. And when the devotees were amidst the devotees chanting, Janakinath left the world at the age of 36. And if July comes, it's 1 year. I really do not know. Janakinath left. Wow, such a young person. So body every 60, 70 years, if you like, human body means 70, 80 years. Corona not even 70 nowadays, actually. So what is important is anything connected to the body, they are there only for some time. But then that anything, that money, the green card, everything, it's useless. But what is eternal? What is eternal benefit? Anybody? Huh? What is eternal benefit? Krishna Prema. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's it. Nobody will come with us. Nothing will come with us. That they came to give freely. So Prabhupada sang and Prabhupada said, Parama Karuna. When you have something whole world is looking for, what Brahma and Lord Shiva are looking for, Nitai gives it to you free of cost. Nityananda Prabhu gives it to you free of cost. And he'll fall at your feet. He'll implore you to take it. Haribol, that is Nityananda Prabhu. Wow. And what they will do? They will induce you to chant. They'll induce you to chant. What is that? What is the medicine for, like an Ayurvedic medicine for somebody who has jaundice? The liver is not making, liver has to become normal. The liver has to generate the digestive, ability, and a liver should start making glucose on its own. I hope I'm right. And when liver is diseased now, liver should become normal and start generating on its own. The different enzymes needed to maintain the body. So likewise, we are in diseased condition. We should on our own generate Krishna Prema. That strength, that mercy, Nityananda Prabhu gives. How many of you are understanding? So they make you chant the holy name and they implore you to go back to Godhead. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu is the mercy incarnation of Lord Chaitanya. One day Giriraj Maharaj told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we want this Prabhu to go away, he's crazy. No, we don't want him, Prabhupada, Prabhupada said the whole world rejected them. How can we reject? You have no idea about the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. You have no idea about the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya. No, we cannot reject them. So they'll make you Krishna conscious. They'll give you love of God. because of which for you Krishna is a reality, Gola Vrindavan is a reality. You're not the body, but spirit soul is a reality. Body is a source of trouble, is a reality. To the extent you are sincere, that much extent, all these things will come to you. What do you think? Agree? Agree or not?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
So, Krishna himself came to, as Lord Chaitanya, to distribute this love of God. You know, Indians are getting so much money, and for them, they think, oh, we can also enjoy Haribol. This is life. Amazing, amazing. What amazing? Millions of people died due to Corona. But the Maya is so powerful. People don't see that. But when some sickness comes, it's because, okay, I didn't eat properly, I didn't sleep properly. No, the conditioning. Anyway, within 3 worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya or Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even the birds and beasts cry and stones melt. Lord Chaitanya would preach and convert. He would transform the hearts of. He did that with the Sarvam Bhattacharya, Prataparudra, big Bidakasi. But whom did Nityananda preach to? Jagai Madai. Drunkards. Drunkards and what is that? Fallen souls. Who have those people who do not have any footing. Nityananda would go and preach to them. Nityananda would go and preach to them. Can somebody read this sentence? Who will read the sentence?
If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification.
If we are so much used to enjoying senses, then the Krishna consciousness does not come out. I'm talking to myself. So anyway, now, I think last week, I know, not for you people, I showed this presentation. Sangarjana karanato isai garbodha sai chapaya abhisai seshasya yishyam sakalasa nityananda karamam sharanam mamastu nityananda ramam sharanam mamastu Sankarjana karanato isai garbodha sai chapaya abhisai seshasya yishyam sakalasa nityananda karamam sharanam mamastu. So Mayatite Vyapi Vaikuntha Loke. Mayatite Vyapi like Vaikuntha Loke. Shadaiswarye Sri Chaturyuh Madhye. Rupam Yashodbadi Sankarshana Kyam. Tam Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. What do you see on the screen?
Nothing on the screen, Prabhuji.
But it got blank.
Really?
Yeah, blank.
What do you see now?
Now we can see the presentation, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So from Krishna comes Balramji. Balramji, what is that? Krishna's immediate expansion is Balramji. Balramji has this verse is from actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sankarshana, this is actually, sorry, I have to forget, delete, but anyway, Sankarshana, from Sankarshana Karanato Sai, Mahavishnu. When Mahavishnu lies down the causal ocean, universe is emanate from his body, then from that Garbhodasai Vishnu, and this is Garbhodasai Vishnu, and this is Kshirodakasai Vishnu, three Vishnus. This is a milk ocean. On the milk ocean, Kshirodakasai Vishnu is there. Kshira means milk, So Kshirodakasai Vishnu is the Paramatma in everyone's heart. What is that? Kshirodakasai Vishnu is the Paramatma in everyone's heart. Garbhodasai Vishnu is what is he? Is the Paramatma of this whole universe. Right? Then Mahavishnu is what then? Is the Paramatma of the whole? Anybody?
Creation, Prabhuji.
Entire cosmos, whole creation, yes. So Vishnu's the Treni Rupani, Purusakshan Yato Vidu Yakantamata Srishtir Ditiyam and the Samsitam Tritiyam Garbhutastam Tani Sacham Mutyate. Anybody who knows these three Vishnus, Vishnu's Treni Rupani. So one Vishnu, Mahavishnu is the super soul of the universe, the entire cosmos, union creation, and Garbhodasai Vishnu is the super soul of the universe, and Kshirodakasai Vishnu is the universe, is the super soul of everyone's heart. And what is the last one? Sesha. Seshascha Yashyam Sakalasanitya. So 5 Krishna, Balramji serves Krishna in 5 ways. So 4, he helps Krishna in creation. But the 5th one, Sesha, he serves Krishna in assisting his pastimes. Krishna shows that Balramji is a Nityananda Prabhu only. That Balramji is a Nityananda Prabhu only. Everyone is listening?
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji.
The entire Mayadite Vyapi Vaikuntha Loke Shadeswari Sri Chaturyu Madhye Rupam Yashodbhad Sankarshanakyam Tam Nityananda Rama Prabhadye. The entire Vaikuntha Loka is a manifestation of Balramji, Nityananda Prabhu. Krishna's shoes, Krishna's bed, Krishna's clothes, entire everything related to Krishna is actually, Balram. That is Nityananda Prabhu. Rupam Yashodbhad Sankarshanakyam Tam Nityananda Rama Prabhadye. So, but Balramji is very strict. But Nityananda Prabhu is magnanimous. Many times I told the story, during Mahabharata war, Krishna said, I will not fight. Sorry, Balramji said, I will not fight. But Krishna said, I am on the side of Pandavas. Balramji, Balramji is what? Guru Tattva. Balramji is a Guru Tattva. So Guru loves the most fallen soul. That is Guru. That's why Balramji loved Duryodhana. You can never understand this aspect. How Balramji loving Duryodhana. But anyway, but Krishna, so what is that? I'm just doing, just give me a minute. Yes. So, Balramji loved Duryodhana. That is Guru Tattva. Guru loves the most fallen people. Why Prabhupada at the age of 70, he left Vrindavan. Vrindavan is what? Where he was living, Radha temple. Just 2 kilometers from there was a Vamsivat, Sevakunj, where the Rasalila takes place. People would go to Vrindavan to die, to go back to Godhead. Prabhupada left Vrindavan at the age of 70 to come to America Which part of America he came to? Most the degraded New York City, the forest fire of mental existence. The worst, all the regulatory principles are broken. And I saw an advertisement actually. You know, what is the advertisement I saw on the New York buses? If you're close to anybody, you'll get corona. Everyone was wearing mask. Even with the masks on, boy and girl, they were embracing. That is the advertisement. No, we found out. Away. So much degradation. But Prabhupada, which part of corona? New York event? Bowery, which is known for prostitution and illicit sex and drug addiction and meat eating. That's where Prabhupada lived. Now you'll understand why Balramji loved Duryodhana. Duryodhana is emblem of envy. But Balramji wanted to help him actually. Wanted to make him devotee. That way Prabhupada wanted to make drug addicts of New York devotees. That's what he did. What Prabhupada did, no one has ever done in the history of mankind. So, Nityananda is very handsome. His dresses are, he wears blue clothes, and so this is the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Guru Tattva is Nityananda Prabhu. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, what is that? His brother's name is, what is that? They have a temple. In the temple, there is Gunarnav Mishra. Gunarnav Mishra had doubts on the absolute truth. So one day Miniketan Ramdas came and what is his name? This Pujari Gunarnav Mishra did not show his hospitality to Miniketan Ramdas. Miniketan Ramdas became angry. He broke his flute. And there is one more Romarshana here. And he left. You all know the story of Romarshana Sutta, right? 11th canto, 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes, Prabhu.
So Romarshana Sutta, he was giving Bhagavatam class but didn't get up, and Balramji came. Balramji said, you are a hypocrite. You are speaking all this philosophy, but you don't apply at all. So Miniketan Ramdas said, there is one more Romarshana here, and he left. That night, there was a discussion between Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and his brother. Where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was very firm in his conviction. Faith, you all should know this. There is no substitute to faith. Faith is important. I may speak so many verses, you may listen for years. Faith. What is our faith? Faith Krishna has to give. Faith Guru has to give. Apurva Shraddha. What is needed? Apurva Shraddha. It doesn't come. If that is not there, then we may quote verses, we may wear tilak, we may wear kantimala, we may sing very well. So the point I'm making is Shraddha is important. Then Krishnadas Kaviraj, Lord Nityananda Prabhu came that night in a dream and told Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, leave to Vrindavan right now. Wow. Everything will happen to you. Everything auspicious will happen to you. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is 90 years old. 90 plus. But when he went, Raghunath Goswami was taking class on the bank of Radhakund. He was speaking about Lord Chaitanya. Then, when it was time, the devotees had to decide who would write Chaitanya Charitamrita. Everybody said Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami because he listened very attentively from Raghunath Goswami. When he said like that, the garland from Madan Mohan, the garland from Krishna fell down. Pujari picked up that garland and gave it to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishna sanctioned it right down. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I am like 95 plus year old. I'm invalid. and my hands are shaking. I can't see properly, but my pen is moving. Wow. Who is writing? Bhaktivedanta Swami says this. One day, Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada was in Toronto. Bhaktivedanta Swami, just wanted to see what Prabhupada was doing. Prabhupada was reading his own books. This is, no writer reads his books because he has written it. Prabhupada said, no, I have not written this. That's why I'm also curious what is there in these books. So who gave the grace to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami? Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, childhood, he was born to in 1473 to, what is that? Padmavati and Adaya Pandit. And he performed so many pastimes. We discussed actually, this is a Chakra temple. And so when he was a 10-year-old, so 12-year-old, and sannyasi comes to Ekachakra and he requests his parents, I need an assistant, please send. His parents could not say no to him, only one son. They sent him. But after that, they couldn't leave. They were total constant, they were feeling separation from him. And eventually 3 months later, Adaya Pandit and Mother Padmavati, they left the world. And they went back to Godhead. Nityananda Prabhu, what is that? After some time, he left that sannyasi and he started traveling all over the places. He came to Pandharpur. He came to Pandharpur and he came to Pandharpur and to see the deity of Vittal. And Nityananda Prabhu, there is actually in Lakshmipati Tirtha was actually in the lineage of Madhva. So Lakshmipati Tirtha had a dream that night. So Nityananda Prabhu and so Lakshmipati Tirtha was in Pandharpur. So in Pandharpur, Lakshmipati Tirtha was a great devotee of Balramji. So that night he had a dream where Balramji came, and that Balramji transformed into Nityananda Prabhu. He said, I'll see you tomorrow. And the next morning, Nityananda Prabhu went to see him. And Lakshmipati Tirtha understood actually. This is a Balram himself. And he gave initiation to Nityananda Prabhu. That way, Madhavendra Puri and Nityananda Prabhu were god brothers. In one way, what is that? Advaitacharya took initiation from Madhavendra Puri. So for Advaitacharya, Nityananda Prabhu is actually Guru's god brother. I'm not understanding. You understanding, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Advaitacharya is actually, Nityananda Prabhu is Guru's god brother. Lord Chaitanya, of course, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, So, but the famous thing is, after visiting all the holy places, Nityananda Prabhu went to Vrindavan and stayed in a place called Shrungaravata. Shrungaravata is a place, actually Shrungaravata is a place of Radharani. So Nityananda Prabhu, we went, I don't remember which year yatra we went, and we stayed, So we saw the place where Nityananda Prabhu stayed. And feeling instant, intense separation from Krishna. Feeling a intense separation from Krishna. Then one day, he heard a voice from the sky. So Lord Chaitanya and Nimai Pandit started Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, he started Sankirtan movement. He should go to Navadvip. Up to that point, Nityananda Prabhu never preached. Wow. He never preached. But then, there's a place called Nandanacharya's home in Navadvip. Now this actually today, it's actually, what is that? Gaudi Vaishnavas, what is it? Gaudi Mutt is taking care of this mutt. Nandanacharya's home, One day Lord Chaitanya told all the devotees, tomorrow there is going to be a great personality coming to, the great personality coming to Navadvip. You all go and receive him. And he sent devotees, go and search for him. Nobody found him. Nityananda is very mysterious, you cannot see it. But then Lord Chaitanya said, I know. Come, let us go. I know where he is. Lord Chaitanya, super soul, he went straight to the home of Nandanacharya. And there Nityananda was sitting in a lotus posture, deeply immersed, avaduta. He was immersed deeply. And suddenly he opened his eyes and saw Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya saw, told devotees. He was like stunned, shocked, seeing his brother after a long time. Then Lord Chaitanya said, sing. So Srivas started singing from Srimad Bhagavatam. Barapida nataropa karnayo karnikaram vibrutvasa kanakapisam vajayanti chamalam randran vendradrasata yoga purandai vrindaranyam swapadarmanam pravishad gita kriti. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about the beauty of Krishna. When he started speaking about the glory of the beauty of Krishna, Haribol, Nityananda Prabhu got up, he jumped up, he jumped up in the sky and he roared loud, he started rolling on the ground. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Intense. Wow. So devotees never saw that type of spiritual emotion in their lives. Hare Krishna. Same thing happened actually, I forgot to mention, but he meets in his travels Madhavendra Puri. Who is Madhavendra Puri? The seed of love of Godhead in this world. Madhavendra Puri. So when Madhavendra Puri saw Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda saw Madhavendra Puri, they locked up in the embrace for hours. They embraced each other. They became ecstatic. They entered into samadhi. The tears were pouring from their eyes and they were crying like anything. Satarat lokam starayati, Devotees come together, talk about Krishna. They're purifying themselves and they're purifying the whole world, all the worlds. So they were actually, the disciples of Madhavendra Puri, they never saw that type of, ecstatic person in their lives. Nityananda Prabhu, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? They were roaring, they were crying. Madhavendra Puri said, I have visited so many holy places. The fruit of visiting all the whole place, I got it in the form of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda said, I have never seen that type of love, anywhere, that is manifesting in the body of Madhavendra Puri. His hairs were standing on and tears were pouring from his eyes. And that horripilation, they're intense. Hare Krishna. So that is, we are not this body. We are a spirit soul. And soul, soul leads unlimited pleasure. But we find happiness serving Krishna. A person, who is, you are God, I am God, everybody is God, and so that's, they cannot understand this. Hare Krishna. So anyway, Nityananda Prabhu was agitated, he was rolling on the ground. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Lord Chaitanya grabbed him and stopped him and he embraced him and put him on his lap. And that's when he became mild and soft. Gadadhar Pandit was thinking, wow, usually as a Sesha, Ananta Sesh, Supreme Lord rests on him. But today, Lord Chaitanya, the positions reversed. Lord Chaitanya he put Nityananda on his lap. And Nityananda was taking shelter and rest on the lap of Lord Chaitanya. Wow. Nityananda Prabhu know house. Avadhuta. Avadhuta means he has nothing, he wants nothing from this world. It's totally unmatta. Unmatta means mad after love of Krishna. Like, for example, somebody is very intoxicated. So if you go in front of him, what they will do? You ask him some charity. All the money they have in the pocket, they'll give to you. Because they, if you're fully drunk, you have no idea what happens. Okay, the appi pilo, tolo pilo. So Nityananda Prabhu is like intoxicated by love of God. Unmatta hoy. Harinam with Harinam. And anybody would go in front of him, he'll give that love of God. Wow. Harinam matta hoya. Everyone is listening or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, that's why Rupa Goswami says real bhakti starts after liberation. What is liberation? Free from material contamination. Once all the impurities are removed, then we attain that love of God. Then we have nothing to do with this world. Then we'll go back to Krishna. And what we will do, we'll serve Krishna in the spiritual form. Krishna says, you stay here only. You'll stay in the material world. Of course, you become free from 3 modes. On bhava stage, actually sthai bhava stage, no impurity. Then Maya will not catch. But of course, prema. Prema means you become liberated. You become liberated. Your 2 legs will be in the spiritual world only. But you are here on the order of Krishna to serve others. Serve the suffering humanity. So Nityananda Prabhu can instantly give by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. What Brahma and Shiva, Dhyayam Sada Paribhogna Vishtadoham Tirthaspadam. Shiva Virinchi, Shiva Lord Shiva and Virinchi Brahma. Notam Saranyam, Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto. Pratyardhyam Pranadapalamabdipotam Vande Mahapurjate Charanarvind. So, devotees told Nityananda Prabhu, so Nityananda Prabhu, when Lord Chaitanya embraced him, then he stopped. Lord Chaitanya said, Gosai chalo, well, let us go home. And you know the story of Jagaya Madai. Now he stayed for 4 years in India with Lord Chaitanya. And the famous story is, and actually very important, this verse, tomorrow is actually, what is that? Tomorrow is actually Bhaktivinoda Thakur appearance day. And Srila Prabhupada preached Krishna consciousness all over the world on the instruction of Guru. Who empowered Srila Prabhupada? Is Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So, who has given that instruction to Nityananda Prabhu? The Karunavatar of Lord Chaitanya is Nityananda Prabhu. What is the instruction he got? Suno suno Nityananda suno Haridas Sarvatra Amaragya Koroho Prakash Prati Ghare Ghare Kiya Koro Ei Bhiksha Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Siksha. Oh Haridas, oh Nityananda Prabhu. So you just follow my order. What is that? Go house to house to house, home to home to home, and beg from them. Go every door to door to door and beg from them. What? Tell them, speak Krishna, glorify Krishna, chant Krishna's name, learn about Krishna. My dear brothers, do this. And my dear brothers, do this is Nityananda Prabhu's statement. But Lord Chaitanya, what is the instruction he gave? He gave it to Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas. And with instruction comes empowerment. That's why Guru is needed. When Guru tells you to do, you should do it. Whether you're qualified or not, you should not be worried. Why? With Guru's instruction comes empowerment. So Lord Chaitanya instructed them, go door to door and beg Madhukari. What is the Madhukari? Tell them to chant Krishna's name. Tell them to glorify Krishna. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, as I said, Nityananda was, wow, he was intoxicated. Avaduta. Sometimes he would not even wear clothes. So Haridas Thakur one day goes to Advaita Acharya and says, yesterday we went to, what is a preacher? Preacher means, how do I transform the heart of this person? How do I make devotee? We don't have any political motives, We want people to go back to Godhead. It's very difficult to come out of the bodily consciousness, bodily platform. But Lord Chaitanya wanted that. Lord Chaitanya said, everybody by the power of Maya, 3 modes of mental nature. I am this body, this is my family. Hare Krishna. Then, by the power of time, you leave the body, people will cry for 3 days, and after that, they'll also switch on the TV. Your progress to the next life. Either you'll go back to Godhead or again take birth. So Lord Chaitanya, that's why he wanted Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu to preach. Ghare ghare. But what did Nityananda Prabhu think? If I preach to Jagai and Madai, they will try to kill me. When Lord Chaitanya sees this, he'll become angry. And then what will happen? He will come to kill them because they were attacking, they would attack me. Then I'll watch what happens, what transcribes later. That is a preacher. You all know story. I'm not telling the story. So first day they tried. They were so sinful. If their shadow falls on any devotee, anybody, they would jump in Ganga and take bath. That much sinful they were. They would rape people, they would rape, ladies, they would kill people, they would burn the houses, they would steal money, they would not everything. Chitragupta could not, he hired so many people to write the sins committed by Jagai and Madai. There were departments of, the department is filled with books containing the sins of Jagai and Madai. And once they die, they will go to hell eternally and suffer because of their sins. See the power of mercy. So Nityananda Prabhu went and Jagai Madai, they tried to catch them and kill them, but they ran away. You know the story. Then Haridas Thakur told Advaita Acharya, Advaita Acharya, I have to tell you this. My preaching partner is very, very unpredictable. Sometimes he jumps in the river Ganga, and he sits on the crocodiles. And he plays with them. Then sometimes we go to preach, we go on the way to preaching, we will, this person, he'll enter Goshala and he'll drink all the milk from the cows. The owner will come to, punish, he'll run away, but they'll catch me. So, but, Advaita Acharya said, drunkards want to meet with drunkards only. Nityananda Prabhu is intoxicated with love of God. So naturally, he'll meet people who are intoxicated. Whether it is love of God or drugs or alcohol. See, by the power of Nityananda Prabhu, these 2 brothers, they'll become devotees very soon. Lord Chaitanya would preach to Sarvam Bhattacharya, Maharaj Pratap Rudras, Prakasanand Saraswati. They're all big, big leaders. And he would transform their hearts. But Lord Chaitanya Nityananda Prabhu, Jagai and Madai. Then what happened? So next day Nityananda Prabhu went alone. Madai picked up the pot of liquor and smashed on the head to kill him. With an intent to kill him. That this is Nityananda Prabhu, Ramji. He said, did not crack into pieces and die. Then he said, oh, my dear brother, please don't waste your life. Human life is meant for self-realization. Don't waste your life. Then I said, oh, you didn't die? Still you're preaching to us? Again, Madai was getting ready to kill him. His brother said, no, he's looking a saint. Bolo Krishna, bajao Krishna, karo Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Madha, Krishna Pitta, Krishna Pranada. So what is that? Then Mother said, this person truly a devotee, sadhu, he is looking for our welfare. Mother said, I'll kill him. Lord Chaitanya, somebody told Lord Chaitanya, chakra, chakra, chakra. So he invoked Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra came. When the two brothers saw that, they fell at especially Jagai fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya. Nityananda Prabhu said, no, Lord Chaitanya said, no, I'll not. You guys, you're offenders. I'll kill you. Lord Chaitanya said, if you kill them, everyone is actually like a Jay and Vijay, Shishupal and Kumbhakarna. Everyone is like that. If you kill these guys, you have to kill everyone because Kali everyone is sinful. So then Lord Chaitanya said, what should I do? Give them Krishna Prema. Lord Chaitanya embraced Jaga and gave Krishna Prema. And Nityananda Prabhu said, you forgive Madai also. No, he's an offender. No, please forgive him. And give Krishna Prema. And when Yamaraj saw that all the books in the department are burnt off because of Lord Chaitanya's grace, Yamaraj became ecstatic. He came out and started dancing. So, Parama Karuna. What is that? Parama Karuna. So Nityananda Prabhu is also Dhama. Dhama means holy place. Holy Dham, Mayapur, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri. So for devotees, for Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu will make the, for atheists, he will cover the Dham. For devotees, he will reveal the Dham. He will reveal the Dham. And what is that? After Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, Nityananda Prabhu took him to come to Shantipur. And and Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. Lord Chaitanya wanted to go to Vrindavan. He said, no. So he tricked him to come to Shantipur. And when Lord Chaitanya settled in Puri, he told Nityananda Prabhu, don't come here. You travel and preach. Door to door. Bolo Krishna Bhajo, Krishna Karo, Krishna Siksha, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranada. Now Nityananda Prabhu took it as life and soul, that preaching. Wow. So they wanted everyone to go back to Godhead. This metal world is not a great place. So one time this devotee was telling in our temple, somebody dies, such a back to Godhead Gaya, back to Godhead Gaya. But really we went back to Godhead, who knows? Only one person knows, Paramatma. Krishna knows. Nobody knows. That's why one should endeavor to get rid of impurities. Then slowly Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Sthayi Bhava, Prema. So my point is, we will continue on this next week. Nityananda Prabhu's, Lord Chaitanya, what happened, then after he took sannyas, how he came to Shantipur. And how Nityananda Prabhu preached. We will discuss next week. Okay, I have to go and we'll continue on this. Thank you very much. And next week, actually, Wednesday is better. Your Wednesday 7:30 is my. So actually, Wednesday 8 o'clock. Your Wednesday 8 o'clock is my next morning. So I'm coming back very soon, and that is it. Saturday, Sunday, Sunday usually I'm busy. So we'll do it Wednesday night, 7:30. Chaitanya Bhagavat class. I request. I mean, because weekends is difficult. If I can do, great. If not, at least Wednesday class I can do. My obeisance is Dandot Pranam Shrupa. Sorry, if I've spoken anything wrong, but we'll continue on this. Okay. Hare Krishna. I'm ending now. Dandot Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare
Dandavata
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji.
Yugal
Thank you
Kishore.
very much.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you very